Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Flint Creek Transport. I am back in Geneva, New York. We've had a awesome family vacation, awesome family trip, and I'm excited to be back here. And I also want to show you guys this new truck that we got in. So this is kind of the one that was been under wraps, had this wrap on it, and we got that wrap taken off. And so I'll show you guys what it looks like. First off, though, I got a letter from Mike. Check this out. Mike sent me a letter from Longmont, Colorado, and really nice letter. So thank you, Mike, for that. Also sent me a box. All right, guys, in the box is, you know what? Let me get it set up for you, but it is a really, really cool piece. It's, look at that step deck, and check this out. A blue Kenworth W900. It's even got a little Flint Creek. Look at that. How cool is that? So in his letter, he says, hi, this is Mike. I was watching some of your videos and noticed that you said you like a blue W900. In another video, you said you like green farm tractors. So I made up a truck that has a blue W900 and a trailer with John Deere tractors. Hope you enjoy it. That is awesome. This will go on my shelf. How cool is that? That's my favorite right there. That is awesome. So thank you, Mike. I'm gonna have to hook you up with something here, but look at that. All right, guys, let's go check out this new to us Kenworth W900. It's not blue. I wish it would be blue under that wrap, but it's not blue, but it is still a pretty cool color. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, so here you have it. 2019 Kenworth W900L, 550 cat, 13 speed, 336 ratio, 72-inch aero cab flat top. Burgundy and cream. This is an absolute beautiful color. I'm not a red guy, but this burgundy and cream is a really cool color. I really like the Seminole paint design, and it's hard to believe that underneath that wrap was this beautiful paint scheme. It blows my mind to realize, like, why would someone wrap that? And the wrap was like a brown. I'll show you a little video what it looked like beforehand. But we did a couple things to this truck, and I'll go over that. But first off, I'm gonna say is I bought this truck at a auction out west, and I'll post a link to that video up above. You guys can check that out. But I bought this truck at auction, and this thing, we brought it in, we did a few things to it. Basically, I'll go over that here. We put a visor on it. We put different air horns on it, cleared out the lights up at the top. Also, we painted the tanks. Some of that was due to the fact, actually one of the tanks is new. We needed to split a tank for a wet line. So we got a new tank, painted both the tanks, and put the wet line on it. We also, we put a new fifth wheel on it. So there's definitely a few things. The bumper's still the same. It's a stainless bumper. It's got a little bit of road rash from it, but we're gonna run it. So this truck, like I said, it's new to us. This is still an older truck. It's got some rust. At some point, I will definitely be working on the frame, be working on getting some more of this stuff painted up, looking good, just because of the area that we're in. But for now, the thought is we get this thing on the road, get it making money, get it going. So let me show you inside here. I'll show you the miles. Here's what it looks like inside. This truck pretty much has the full gauge package, and our other truck would, what we consider a full gauge package, I think is one more in here yet, or sorry, two. So, but this is well suited for what we're gonna do. This truck with miles is like 7. Let me look here. 736. So 736,000 miles. I still don't have really engine history on it. This truck does run good. You know, we drove it back in. Trevor picked it up and drove it back in, and this thing, he said it ran good. So we're gonna, you know, we obviously changed oil. We did some of the basics to it, you know, checked over everything the best we could. And I think, you know, we got this thing ready to go. I think we're gonna run it and see what happens. You know, hopefully in the first week or two, there'll probably be a few bugs that will work out, but we should soon be able to tell, you know, if it's got a major engine issue or not. This does have rubber floor, which is perfect for what we do. Nice bunk. Got a refrigerator. This thing is all set up. I am hoping, and you can see the diamond VIT interior. I don't know, like the new trucks, oftentimes you would see a light gray interior. So I didn't know that Kenworth offers like a black interior from factory, but that is black. And yeah, unless it got changed out. So I don't know, maybe you guys could help me out with that. Did this interior get changed out? You know, the diamond VIT has that quilted ceiling. I almost want to say like it would have Kenworth stitched in somewhere, but I don't know. Maybe I have to go look at some of our other trucks and see. I just thought of that. I just kind of noticed that, like, is that factory? Whoever did, I mean, it looks like a good job, but that's definitely something I'll have to look into a little bit further. We set this thing up. It's got a dash cam. This truck will be pulling probably walking floor, probably some dump trailer, a little bit of everything. It does have a little longer wheelbase than most of our trucks. We do have some with a 280-inch wheelbase, but it typically, you know, it really comes down to the driver for a lot of these things. If a good driver can get in most places. So kind of while we're on the driver subject too, is, you know, like our guys got a refrigerator. Most of them have refrigerators and they have inverters. They can charge stuff. They can heat stuff up, you know, if they're taking food with them. Our guys are out, I would say, probably 2 to 4 nights a week. It varies. It depends on the time of year. So it could be certain times of the year they're gone more, some they're gone less, and it kind of depends too on how hard the guys really want to go. A lot of our stuff though is in the Northeast, so you'll see this truck. You know, every once in a while we do run out further, but a lot of it's within 500 to 700 miles of the of our location here. So that's where you'll see this truck running. And if you look at the here, where it gives you the color, the basic color is maroon, and then the second color is cream. So maroon and cream are the two colors, is what they would call this. I kind of said burgundy and cream, but yeah, maroon and cream. And I'm excited. It's definitely interesting to me is like, okay, so I got this truck for pretty reasonable. What more am I gonna have to do to really get this thing going down the road? I spent more than double on a glider that is almost exactly like this. A few less, you know, 200,000 less miles, but within 30 days or within 60 days of owning it, I had to rebuild the engine or swap out the engine because it put a hole in the block. So what's going to be the 60-day, 90-day on this truck? You know, is it going to be something where we can run for a long time, or is it going to be something that we're going to have to swap out? So, and as I reflect on our fleet, you know, we have some trucks that, you know, some trucks I say they don't owe me a dime. Like, we get them in and they run 4, 5, 6 years without doing anything to them, and then the next truck comes in and it's, you know, you got to work the bugs out of it. So what I say a lot of it comes down to is how well it was maintained before we got it. And I like to get well-maintained trucks, you know, so sometimes going out and looking at them beforehand, you can kind of get an idea of how they've been maintained. And that is definitely pretty key. So I also, in my truck buying, I'm also taking into consideration, like, it does concern me a little bit, like what New York State is doing. You know, right now I can't even buy a diesel truck in New York State, a brand new, let me rephrase that. I can't even buy a brand new diesel truck in New York State right now because of the dealerships and New York state laws of you have to sell a electric truck per every 10 diesel trucks. So there's no demand, there's no infrastructure, nobody wants electric trucks right now. So the dealers are kind of handcuffed. So I can't even buy a new diesel truck in New York state. I can buy used, but what concerns me also though is what's coming down the pipeline as far as, are we going to be able to still register our older trucks and stuff like that. So that is definitely a concern of mine. And if anything, I think the trucking overall, you're going to see in general, I think you're going to see rates go up because of the expense, especially if something like that happens, because of the expense of owning and operating trucks and having to flip them in, 5 years, 6 years. But we've been blessed. I'm thankful to be able to get hooked up with this truck. I hope I can say that in 6 months from now too. But we're hoping to get this thing on the road, get it put on a walking floor, and see how it looks going down the road. This is our first truck with the Seminole paint design. And I know when I was growing up through the years, I'm like, I love the Seminole paint design. I was like, that's what we got to have. And never ever happened till I remember looking at trucks. I remember looking at some beautiful trucks that with the Seminole paint design, and we just, we didn't pull the trigger. I wasn't really in charge of buying trucks back then, but we didn't pull the trigger on them. But well, now we have one, and I didn't even know. Like, when I bought this truck, I had no idea that there was a Seminole paint design and it was maroon and cream underneath it. So I bought it as a wrap truck. I originally thought, when I first looked at the truck, that there was damage done to the truck. That's what the waves looked like in the front. Then I looked closer, I'm like, oh, that's a wrap. So I was like, well, we could rewrap it. We could do something, we could get that fixed up, or just, my original thought was, you were just gonna run that truck as it is and with the wrap on it. Well, you start to looking at it, and hey, it's actually pretty nice underneath. So here we go. Guys, let me know what you think of this truck. I like it. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. And I want to get this truck also on a collector card for this month, the month of June. This truck right here, this is truck number 159. This is the truck that is on our collector card right now. So hammerdowncoffee.com will get you this collector card. So these collector cards go out with every bag of coffee. Hammer Down Coffee Company is a company that I started that kind of thrives or goes around trucking and the trucking industry. And I love coffee, and so I started a coffee company. So it's kind of a subscription based, and check it out, hammerdowncoffee.com. You can select your favorite blend and get it shipped right to you, along with a beautiful collector card. I do apologize for the delay. This took me a while to get this. It just, this thing was in the shop for a bit. Putting the wet line on took a lot of time. Guys did a great job though. There's still a couple things. I don't know if you can hear the air leak there. That just happened, like some weird air leak. So it just little things we're tweaking. This thing should go out Monday or Tuesday though. Hoping to see this thing going down the road. So if you guys see it going on the road, just have a picture, send it to me. See what you think of it. Let me know. So I'm excited. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next video. Peace out.